Alright guys, so welcome to today's video. In today's video, I would like to create a very basic ice Saber model right here, alright, so ice sword basically. And we will start off in Blender by creating this ice block, which we will swing around later on our hands. And you can see my mouse and my key inputs in the left bottom corner. So that's all I have to say. I'm not going to explain anything regarding Blender, so if you're not familiar with Blender yet, then get familiar with it first before continuing with this video. That being said, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm probably gonna speed up the clip right here, so the clip in which I'm building this iSub model right here, and then we'll see each other in Roblox Studio. Alright, so this is our iSub model right here, so nothing too special. As I've told you, this is going to be very basic, alright? So what you want to do is that you want to go to File, Export, and then OBJ, and you want to export this thing onto your computer, and then we'll see each other back in Roblox Studio after I've exported this and imported this in Roblox Studio. Alright, so back in Roblox Studio right here, what we want to do is that we want to insert a mesh port, and then we want to import our mesh right here by clicking on this folder icon and selecting the file which you have just exported from Blender, alright? Alright, here we go, so I've just imported it, and yeah, there we go. So this is our ice Saber right here. There we go, guys. So let's shrink this down in size, of course. Move this to this dummy right here to see size. So to really compare the size to hand, yeah, to the dummy's hand right here. It also represents our hand, by the way. Yeah, there we go. So this is fine, probably. So this is our ice Saber right here. So there are now multiple ways to approach this, alright? So what we are basically doing right here is that we are just having a sword system at the end with just a sword model which looks like an ice Saber, alright? So that's basically what this video is going to be about. So we are now going to create a sword system, basically. So there are two ways to approach this, as I've already told you. The first one is that we call this ice Saber model right here handle and then put it inside of the tool, and then the tool will just automatically align this ice Saber onto our right hand, and the only things which we have to do are to create those animations, alright, and then to add the damage code, of course, and so on. Second way to approach this is that we are we do not put this ice Saber inside of the tool, and we do not call it handle, and we just select the key or use .activated on this tool. And once this happens, we want to weld this ice Saber mesh onto our right hand or left hand, depends on our animations. And then we just do the same as for a tool. So to create the damage code, to create the slashing, whatsoever, so all of that stuff. But I don't really see the point in the second option, alright? So let's then do the first one. So let's call this one... wait. You know what? Let's actually do the second option because I've got some cool animations right here in my mind. Let's call this one Ice Saber, and let's move this inside of the replicated storage, alright? So replicated storage. Delete those, we do not need them. There we go. So what we want to do is that you're going to take those particles as well, alright? So I've created those particles in the last iceberg video, I think, so go ahead and check them out if you want to see the creation process of those. But I'm gonna use these particles right here. So let's start doing this. Let's insert a tool right here and call this one Ice Saber, alright? What we want to do next is that we want to insert a local script. Alright, so I just had to go AFK, so we will now continue by checking whether this tool right here was activated or not. So script, basically our local script right here, parent, activated, connect function. Activated means you have equipped the tool and performed the left mouse button. Click on it. That's what activated stands for. And when that happens, then we want to fire server remote event, which we have not created yet, but we will now. So go ahead and create a remote event inside of the replicated storage, and then also create a script inside of the server script service. Yeah, let me call this one iSaber remote. And there we go. So inside of this local script right here, we want to refer to our iSaber remote right here. So by this. So we first of all refer to the replicated storage and then to the iSaber remote. Then want a fire server. And yeah, now let's copy this reference right here because we will need it inside of the server script. Because this server script right here is going to recognize when this remote has been fire servered, alright? And we call this event on server event. Okay, and we receive the player who has fire servered. That's very important. So what we want to do right here is that we want to fire client to everyone. So refer to this remote, fire all clients, and yeah, so what is supposed to be fired now? The name of the attack, the performer of the attack, and well, yeah. I'm still thinking about how we should do this. I think that we need to make this more complex. So let's actually do the following. So when it was been activated, we actually want to attack, alright? So let's change that up. And when the tool has been equipped, then we want to equip our iSaber right here. Alright. Now come on, equip. And unequip is going to be the opposite, alright? So unequip. There we go. Now let's go inside of here and let's add one more argument right here. Let's call this one what, because it is going to tell you what we're supposed to do. So if we should equip, then we are going to equip. If we should unequip, then we'll unequip. And if we should attack, then we'll attack. Alright, so it depends on what kind of event has happened right here, alright? So let's take this and let's actually start with equipping this thing. So instead of iSaber, we want to do equip. Alright. Alright. So I just went AFK again. Yeah. Alright, so we are fire clienting to all clients the task they're supposed to do and the performer of that attack, alright? So what we will need now is another local script right here called visuals, alright? And we want to refer to this Saber remote again. But this time we want to check whether this has been fire cliented, alright? So when we take a look at the arguments, we have the task and the performer, alright? So our player right here is the performer of this attack, okay? So that's very important to understand. And if you do not understand it, then I highly recommend to check out my video on how to reduce server lag, because I'm explaining this concept in that video, alright? So, attack and performer. So, if attack is equip, then, so that's important because this event right here is going to be used multiple times now, and we need if statements to really, or to be able to tell that we now want to equip it, and then later on unequip it, and later on attack with it, you know. So we will need if statement or those if statements to split up all of those codes, which will follow soon. All right, so that's important. Now, what we want to do is that we want to create some animations. All right, so animation. Let's actually refer to the character first of all. So C is performer.character. Hope that this reference right here works fine. Got any local script error bullshit, you know, so you know how local scripts cause errors unnecessarily. Animation ID, Roblox is set ID. There we go. L, come on. C, humanoid. Animator, load, animation, L, play. There we go. So, we now have to create that animation, so let's take this dummy right here. Let's create a new one, create. Let's do the following, so take this arm right here, make it like this, make it like this. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Alright, let's actually make this an idling animation right here. So 2 seconds. Loop it. There we go. Ah, you gotta be joking. So there we go, alright? That's our idling animation right here. Do not worry, this is not going to be our final idling animation. So this animation right here is just there to transit this ice saber into our hands. So you guys probably don't understand what I'm trying to point out right here, but you will once this animation is done and implemented, alright? So I'm planning on to create a very cool animation in which you equip your ice saber right here, alright? So this ice saber does not come out of nowhere, and there's going to be a cool animation playing, alright? So I'm gonna set the animation priority to movement at this point, and then export this to Roblox. So this is our first animation. Copy the ID, paste it inside of here. Where is it? Yeah, paste it inside of here. And let's play. See what happens. Nah. Alright, so this animation does not play for some reason, and that is because you have to disable requires handle right here. That is the reason why. Oh my god. Oh my god. The head is wobbling, the hands are wobbling. Like, when is Roblox able to get rid of this glitch? Look, it does not even make sense. I haven't even animated them that way, and I know how to fix that glitch, so I know how to do that, but it does not even make sense to me on why this does even exist, you know? I'm just gonna set the walk speed and jump power to 0 so that we are unable to move. And if you're unable to move, then this glitch will not happen as well, you know. That's just my way of handling this now. So what we want to do now is that we want to clone this Saber inside of our hand, alright? So Saber game get service replicated storage Saber clone Saber parent is going to be in C, and we want to weld this in onto our right hand. So Saber port 0. So port 0 when it comes to welding is always the port you are welding something onto. In this case, we are welding the Saber model onto our right hand, alright? So our right hand becomes the base for our Saber. So therefore, you want to do C right hand. Now, part 1 is always the model you weld onto something. In this case, we want to weld the Saber onto our right hand, as I've already told you. Now, let's play this once again. Let's see how this looks like. Alright, yeah, so we of course have to change this. We do not want things to look like this, of course. So C1, C-frame angled, yeah. So now I have to experiment around a little, let's see. Nah. This is wrong. This is alright, this is alright. There we go. Just to move the Saber itself a little bit more up. Ah, look, that's the problem about C-frame not angled, so... Now I have to find the correct axis. Ah, come on, man, come on. Oh my god, come on. There we go. So this is the way I wanted things to look like. Alright, there we go. So we're still not done yet, do not worry. So we wanna make sure that this Saber right here is transparent. And we now want to add something very special to our lighting right here. So let's add this blur effect. Make sure that it is not enabled. We'll make sure that the size is at 0. And we want to add some cool camera effects now, alright? So in order to add a camera effect to this whole concept, alright? So to this visual replication on the client side, so to add a camera within this whole concept, all you gotta do is that you have to ensure, so within this visual script right here, that that game players, local player, so the player or your local player, right, is sort of client equals the performer, alright? So we do not want all of this camera stuff, right, this camera movement whatsoever, which is going to follow, happen for outstanders, alright? We want to make sure that the camera movement only happens to the performer itself, okay? So if the client, which is running this code right here, which is running all these visuals right here. If this client is also the performer of the attack, then we want some camera effects to happen, and we are now going to do that. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the camera movement. Okay, so local cam, workspace, come on, current camera. Now we don't even need this. What we'll need is local X. Now we don't even need that. Look, what we need is that we have to wait. So I've used this type of camera shaking in my game. Still using it. Just want to make sure that writing this down correctly. So let's see what happens when we do it this way. Alright, so the camera movement itself has worked fine. That's good. The next thing which I would like to do is I would like to create a tween, alright? And what a tween basically does is that you have to imagine that you have an instance, okay? Let's say that you have a part which is currently invisible, means transparency is at 1. So you could, in order to change the transparency back to 0, you could just change it right away, so from 1 to 0 without any transition in between. So without going to 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, and so on. Alright? Or you could create a transition, alright? And the tween source basically creates this transition. Yeah. So we're now going to refer to this blur right here. Let's call this one Ice Saber Blur. Game lighting, Ice Saber Blur. Tween info, new. I'm gonna make 0.035 as the time, and then easing style linear, and easing direction out. Now, third part is the goal, let's say, so the state you want to achieve, which is going to be size at 12. Now we can check once this was completed, so this tween right here. Of course, we should not forget to play it. So when this tween was completed, we want to create a new one. And we're just going to take this right here. We're just going to make it to 0. And that's it. So let's put a 1 right here. I think that's something went wrong with this one. Now we just forget to play this one. So T play. I actually call this T2 to just avoid confusion amongst you. There we go. So in this split second where this blur occurs and where this camera shakes, we wanna turn. Nah, you'll see it yourself. So let's put those particles inside of this Ice Saber right here. So where are those particles? Yeah, right here. Let's take them. Let's take both of them. Where's the Ice Saber? There we go, there it is. Which one is this bigger one right here? Back, yeah, I think it is this one. Nah, do not decrease the rate, but decrease the speed, my man. Alright, so we have to shrink the size down. Should even do it this way, so... There we go. Come on. So when the transparency of this is at 1, you only see those crystals right here, alright? And when you only see those crystals, you'll think that, yeah, alright, so they'll probably form a Saber very soon, and that is exactly what is going to happen then, you know? I think that when we increase the rate, this effect just looks better, alright? So let's increase the rate. As you can see, it does look better at this point. Yeah, okay. So let's go back inside of here again. Transparency 0. So let's see what it looks like now. So maybe this should take a little longer. Maybe we should get rid of this other particle. Or we should at least decrease the speed or change it to 0 completely. Now, come on. Yo, my interconnection is so bad currently. It is amazing that this company who gives us our internet, oh, it's our internet provider, it is literally a scam, guys. It is a scam. That they're able to call themselves an internet company, internet provider is, you know, it is bullshit. It is bullshit. Just load. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna be back once this is done. So this could take ages. All right. So when I'm back, expect me to be 100 years old. All right. After literally 10 minutes, it came back. It came back after 10 minutes. Guys, I could live under the ground. I could live under the earth, you know. I could live as a caveman, and I would have better internet than now. It is incredible how bad internet providers can be without having any punishment, you know. It is incredible. Here we go. So this is our ice saber right here. At least this one works, alright? So, after this is done, we want to stop this animation right here. And we want to add a new one, okay? Or actually, we don't want to add a new one. We just want to script the attack. And we're over. Alright, so that's our first attack right here, so the /1. Make sure that the priority is set to movement. Copy this keyframe, let's paste it right here as well. Publish this to Roblox. Yo, publish it! Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, I'm about to punch my monitor. There we go, there we go. Copy the ID, that's important. Let's put it right here. So just to save those IDs for now. Let's do another one. So else if attack is unequip, then we want to check. Wait, let's also destroy the animation. So if the task is to unequip, then wait, let's take this one. Let's put it up here. So if C find first child, I Saber, then we want to destroy it. And this is it, you know. Now else if attack is attack, then we want to attack. Let's take this as well and let's put it down here, because this is basically the point where we are able to move again, you know. Alright, let's play this. Let's see what happens. Let's add a wait right here as well. A wait of 1 second. Alright. So let's test out again, because I did not really test out this unequipped part. That did not work out as expected. Why? Because we did not script it yet, so... Take this, put it right here. Instead of equip, we want to do unequip. Alright, there we go. Yo, just load, man, just load. Right, so here we go. It did not even, it didn't even play the animation. How can someone's internet be so bad? You guys literally have to donate to me, because I need new internet. I need new internet to provide you with good content, you know? You guys have to donate, guys. I have to get a new internet provider. This is amazing. Alright, so the last thing we want to do is attack, okay? So attack right here. So what we want to do is that this part right is basically just going to play an animation. Alright. And while this animation is playing right here on the client side, we on the server side will check for enemies who are in front of us via raycast, and then we'll deal damage to them, and that's it, alright? So I've already explained some things about raycasting. If you do not know what this is about, then check out my iceberg video. Wait. No, this is correct. Wait. I just forgot to refer to the character instead of the server script right here. There we go. Alright, so let me explain some stuff about raycasting. So basically, we are creating a new template of raycasting settings, alright? And the settings we can influence are the filter type, so the way the raycast or the ray filters out some things, and the instances which are being filtered out, alright? So if you don't know what a ray is, then you can just imagine it as some kind of line, alright? So pretend that this Kaido dragon model right here is a straight line, alright? Which it basically is, but, you know. So there's a straight line, and everything which intersects this ray, this line, and which touches it is being detected, and we can use this ray now to define a starting point, which is going to be our character, alright, and then an end point, and this end point is going to be the direction we are looking at. Sort of C-frame look vector right here, multiplied with 30, alright, so something in front of us at least. And we have the straight line, so basically the direction we are looking at. And if something intersects this ray while we are using this attack right here, means we are performing the animation and we have this ray and something is in front of us and intersects with the ray, hits the ray, then we can detect this one as something we should deal damage to, alright? So if ray basically stands for if something has touched the ray, then we can print out what this is, alright? So ray instance is basically the instance. Yeah, the instance which has touched the ray. There we go. There we go. As you can see, part is being printed out 10 times now, 13 times. Alright, so we of course only want to know whether character models are in front of us and have been attacked. And we can do that by checking if ray exists and ray instance parent is a model, because usually when we hit parts of a character model, we hit body parts, and body parts are members of a character model. Therefore, ray instance is the body part. The parent is the character model, alright? One more requirement we could check for is whether ray instance parent find first child humanoid. So if all of those requirements right here are met, then we want to deal damage to that humanoid, alright? So take damage, and I'm just gonna select a random number. So I really like using math random at this point, and yeah. Okay. I'm just curious about why this is not working. Alright, so it is supposed to... Alright, as you can see, this damage right here works, alright? The only thing which is not working is the animation for some reason. Okay, that's weird, that's weird. Yeah. Let's call this one animation too, let's see if this changes something, but it does not. It does not change anything. That's weird. Come on. Why is this happening to me, guys? Where is the animation, my man? Where is it? Alright, so it is actually right here. But it is not being played. Why isn't it being played? Can someone explain? I think that it works now. I did not test it out yet. Yeah, alright, it does work. So what I've done is that I've just re-exported the animation, and then it did work, alright. But I think that I've had a typo in the animation ID. I think that was the reason why it did not work in the first place, alright. So, I think that this is it for the video, guys. Let me just make sure that this is can collide false. Alright, guys, so this is it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. So leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all your friends, leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next video.